Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a little update video type thing. I'm speaking to you presently from the pilot seat of the A2A Piper Comanche for Microsoft FSX. Yeah, I play FSX, otherwise known as Microsoft Flight Simulator 10. I do. Little known fact, I do actually want to become one day a qualified pilot. In fact, I'm going to be taking some pilot lessons, some flying lessons this year. So I've been spending a lot of time doing this. Presently, I'm continuing the little journey I started on the Twitch stream I did yesterday, which I don't know when this is going to be for you guys watching this, but anyway, I did a Twitch stream yesterday where we went for a flight in this. I'm continuing my flight going up north. We're over Yorkshire at the minute, or just off the coast of it. And in a minute or two, I'm about to fly over a place down there called, and it's all blurry and weird because it's a computer sim, but hey, a place called Robin Hood's Bay, and here's a small biographical tidbit about yours truly. I spent a lot of time down there on my holidays as a wee nipper, running around on one of those beaches down there, which is Robin Hood's Bay. I did indeed. Imagine, it may be difficult to imagine, but imagine a small 3-5-year-old Dave running around on a beach in his swimming trunks. Yep, that's where I spent my holidays, and a little further up the coast is Whitby, where we stayed normally. Well, we stayed in the area, I don't think we stayed in the town itself, but hey. So yeah, Yorkshire's a lovely place, it really is. But anyway, so, little update video basically. I know uploads basically have been a little sparse lately. I've just had a lot on my plate in real life, unfortunately, and the channel's taken a very brief backseat as a result of it. Things are going to return to normal fairly soon, so don't worry. It's just a brief thing. By the way, I apologise for this bar at the top of the screen. I do have a borderless window fix for this game, but it doesn't seem to be working right now. Don't really know why, but anyway, it doesn't bother me too much, but sorry. Yeah, so things will be back to normal. I know it's been a bit sparse. I've got more Morrowind recorded, I've got New Vegas recorded, blah 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 blah. I'm having some issues with Morrowind at the minute because I've got a couple of episodes that don't really want to render properly in Sony Vegas. And I think you guys can appreciate my pain because we've had a few episodes of New Vegas lately that have been sabotaged by Sony Vegas. The whole black screen thing. I do apologise for that profusely. It's very, very annoying. Basically, Sony Vegas just is something to do with the codecs for it. It just mucks up, and it does that to a lot of the clips in the videos when I edit them together. 90% of the time, I catch it before it gets rendered and I fix it. Last couple of videos, however, I didn't, and I apologise for that. I'll try and be a bit more hawkish in the future when it comes to scrutinising this stuff. It's just, I record so much of it, I can't possibly comb every single hour of it, so I have to sort of skim through at various points and just make sure it's all hunky-dory, and most of the time it is. And like I said, it fucks up a lot of clips, but 90% of the time, as I said, I managed to catch it and sort it out. Last couple of times I didn't. So I'm really sorry about that. It's just the way it is. I need to get better recording software, and I'm in the process of maybe thinking about doing that. But for now, I'm stuck with Sony Vegas because I've already got it and I can't afford anything new. And on that subject, people have been messaging me a lot over the last few months about Patreon. Dave, are you going to set up a Patreon thing? Are you going to do it? And very recently, I kind of decided that I thought I would. Because honestly, this whole YouTubing thing, it makes me a little bit of money from the ad revenue, but it's far from what you'd call self-sufficient. I'm still making a loss, essentially, doing this channel. And I don't really mind that too much. It's just, you know, financial problems are financial problems, and it doesn't really matter whether you like it or not. They sort of have a way of bothering you, regardless. And I think this is Whitby down here. Pretty sure it is. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it must be Whitby. Looking at my map on the other monitor right now. quite sure it is. A bit further up the coast is Sands End. Went there quite a few times too. Oh man, such a nostalgia pang, even thinking about it. But yeah, anyway, if you get the chance to go to Whitby in this place, it's fantastic. I wonder if they've modelled Whitby Abbey. Probably not. I'm gonna guess probably not. But Whitby Abbey is a ruined abbey up here on the somewhere around here in the Yorkshire Moors, which is all these hills you're seeing out here are. And Whitby Abbey is a ruin because it was sacked, I think, by the Tudors, by Henry VIII, during his spat with the Catholic Church. But interestingly, it was kind of wrecked again many centuries later when the Germans bombarded it with battleships off the coast during the First World War, if you can believe it. At least I think that's how the story went. So yeah, curious place, Whitby. Plenty of history around it. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so Patreon. I kind of decided, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And I went through the process of trying to set up a Patreon page, and it was kind of proven to be a bit of a pain in the arse. I liked some of the ideas behind it. The idea that you could give your Patreon back as a few little perks here and there. I was admittedly being a bit uncreative about the whole thing and wasn't able to think of much, but whatever. I filled out a bunch of stuff and I was going through the process of getting it all set up, and then I hit a bit of a brick wall. If you're not living in the US and you want to set up a Patreon thing, you have to jump through a whole bunch of bureaucratic, tax-related loopholes and hoops and shit. And my God, well, there's a form you have to fill in basically, and it requires a certain tax ID number type thing, and I have no idea what the hell it was on about, and I couldn't find much through Google searches either. And eventually I was directed to the UK Embassy website in the United States. I shit you not. And they explained there that this tax ID number thing has something to do with the IRS in the United States, and I would have to fill out an application form and send it off to the IRS in the United fucking States of America. And at that point I was just like, you know what, screw it, this is not worth it. I'm sorry, but it's just not worth it. So any support on that would be great, would be helpful, but I don't think there's much to be done about it, to be honest with you, because you can't, as far as I'm aware, if you're living outside the US, you cannot get paid through Patreon if you don't fill out this particular form. It's a W8BEN or something. So yes, that's kind of dead in the water really before it ever happened, which is a shame. What I've done in the meantime, because people do still ask me, is there some way I can send you money? And I used to have a PayPal thing ages ago, and I kind of disabled it because I didn't want to take money from people. And I bring it up every now and again when I'm doing stream, like when I did the 24-hour stream, for example. What I've done in the meantime is I have set up a new link. Hopefully it's working. The old one broke after a while, as a matter of fact. So, but anyway, I've set up a new link that basically takes you to a page on PayPal where you can, if you really want to, pay me either a one-time sum or a monthly subscription-y type thing. There's a web page, and you go on it, and you can set it up as either a monthly payment or just a one-off. So if you want to do that, then I really, really appreciate it. I mean, you should be able to add a little message to go along with it, and if you do donate to me, leave your YouTube username and stuff in there as well, so I know who you are in streams and things, so we can do fun stuff like naming soldiers after you in XCOM and stuff like that, and get you horribly killed, because that's how we reward our supporters, by getting them horribly killed by aliens, don't you know? But I think you get the idea. Is that Newcastle up there? Are we already halfway to Newcastle? It might be, I'm going to be landing over at Newcastle, so I should probably wrap this up fairly soon so I can concentrate on doing that. Oh, look at the waves down there and everything. Huh. The detail in this thing just never ceases to amaze me. This game's 10 years old, if you can believe it. I know it doesn't look the most amazing thing you've ever seen, and to be fair, it's not on max graphics either. But still, it's kind of astonishing sometimes. Like there's little waves down there crashing on the cliffs and shit. But anyway, go to an external view so you can see my aeroplane. There you go. Not very exciting, I know. It doesn't have guns, it isn't a fighter plane, all that sort of thing. It's just a general aviation civilian plane. But, you know, I still think it's kind of pretty, personally. And it's incredibly well modelled. It's very, very realistic, incredibly realistic, in fact. Not to mention, it's got an interesting history of its own if you're into that kind of thing. The Piper Comanche does have quite an interesting history, and especially when it comes to things like its design, like these wings it's got here are actually based on the wings used in the P-51 Mustang, because this plane was built in the late 40s, early 50s. It was manufactured pretty much immediately after the Second World War, with the target audience being former fighter pilots actually who just gone into a civilian life. But anyway, that's not important right now. So, coming up at 11 minutes for this little update video, so I better wrap it up. But, so yeah. I've put that up now. There's a link on my channel page. I'll probably put links in the description. There's also a link on my Twitch page. And one of the things I've decided I want to do is I want to do Twitch streams a lot more regularly. I may even want to try and get to the point where I am doing... Hey, there's a thing down there. What the hell's that? Some sort of tower. Chimney thing. Oh, I've got to go contact Top Cliff Approach, apparently. Acknowledge handoff. 122.1. Crap. Alright then. 0.1. Come on. 0.10. Yep. And 1, 2. Whoops. No, wrong. Stupid. Bloody. Thank you. There we go. That doesn't seem to have worked. Nope, no, that's the weather channel. Fail. 122.10. Oh, did it mean 122.01? Bloody radios. I still haven't quite got the hang of them yet. No, you just get 0 and then 2, so I don't know. Continue to T-side approach on 118. Oh, fucking Christ. 0.850, really? Okay, fine. We'll do that instead then. There we go, bloody air traffic control. Anyway, so yeah, I put that up. It's and yeah, like I said, I might try and go for the whole Twitch partner thing, whereby basically I'll have to do regular streams during the week, which will be something a bit new to me. But you know, and I think really I need to sort of gear myself up to that. So I'm gonna have to try and start streaming a lot more regularly, and see if we can actually start doing it regularly during the week. And at which point, yeah, we can maybe try and do that, and then obviously that means I can have paid subscriptions on Twitch, and that sort of thing, which again will not get me very much at all. It'll give me peanuts, but still, it gives you some nice options as a moderator, I suppose, and you can do fun things with the channel. But hey, like you guys will be able to change the quality of the stream when you're watching it. Will be one nice feature, for example, because you can't do that if it's a non-Twitch partner streaming for some stupid reason. But anyway. Yeah. That's about it, really. That's about it. Uploads have been slack, but they'll be coming back. Don't worry about it. Patreon has kind of failed, so I've put up a PayPal donate thing instead. Like I said, if you do donate to me, if you want to, you can keep it anonymous. If you want, it's totally up to you. I suppose that's one downside to Patreon, isn't it? Really, you don't get to be anonymous when you sort of back someone, because you come up on the backer page. But anyway, you know, do give your username so I can add you to a list so that I can still try and at least give you some kind of reward or something, you know, just so I know who you are. So I've got a list of people who have donated to me and that kind of thing, and we can do fun stuff, which, you know, we would have been doing if I'd gone with Patreon anyway, because you know, you can set up rewards and shit like that, a bit like a Kickstarter, so we wouldn't be doing anything as official as that by putting it into reward brackets and things like that. But I'll see if I can sort something out for you guys. Anyway, add you to a mailing list maybe, so I can send you video links that are set to unlisted for sort of donation only people's. I don't know. I'll think of something. But anyway, that's basically it. I'm now approaching Newcastle, so I'm going to have to think about trying to land here somehow. The airport's in the middle of all those buildings somewhere, but anyway. Oh, the other thing is, I'm going to start doing, I am actually going to start doing, if this video has in any way piqued your interest, which I'm sure it probably hasn't for 99% of people watching, but hey, I'm going to start doing an FSX series on YouTube. If you're worried it's going to be me just pootling around in a quote-unquote boring, dinky little plane like this, don't worry, it's going to be a lot more interesting, at least I hope so. It will involve me flying a whole range of different aircraft across history, ranging from World War II up to the modern day, learning how to fly them. And well, anyway, I'll explain in a future video, but yeah, so it could be interesting. We'll be doing lots of slightly daft challenges and things, and trying to make it interesting for you guys, as well as me giving me a chance to dive into the historical side of things, because you know how much I like to waffle on about aviation history. It's just something that's a bit of a passion of mine. So anyway, yeah, that is literally it. That is everything. I'm going to stop talking now because I've been here for nearly 20 minutes. So anyway, yeah. Ta-ta, everybody, and I will see you very soon. As I said, more uploads to come. Just as soon as Sony Vegas stops kicking my ass, because it just, I don't know, because it's a dick. Sony Vegas is a dick. You heard it here first. Anyway, ta-da, everybody.